We've spent decades obsessing over calories and memorizing food pyramids, treating human nutrition like a simple math problem. But look at this chart mapping metabolic diseases over the last few decades. Even as the diet industry has exploded with new interventions and stricter guidelines, rates of obesity, insulin resistance, and sleep disorders continue to climb. The flaw in our approach is that we have been trying to solve a complex biological equation using only one variable, the food itself. To fix this, we have to look at nutrition as a two-dimensional matrix. The x-axis represents what we eat, and the y-axis represents when we eat. Achieving metabolic health requires the intersection of the quality of the food on your plate and the timing on the clock. For decades, the nutritional baseline was set by the USDA's food pyramid, a model that pushed a carbohydrate-heavy foundation and misled public health policy for a generation. In 2011, researchers at Harvard University discarded the pyramid and the obsession with calorie counting entirely. They replaced it with a simpler, evidence-based model called the Healthy Eating Plate. The Harvard plate diagram shows how to proportion a meal. A full 50% must be diverse vegetables and fruits. The remaining half splits into quarters, 25% whole grains for stable blood sugar and 25% healthy proteins. But the x-axis has a glaring limitation. You can prepare a biologically perfect Harvard plate, but if you eat it at 11 p.m., your body processes it exactly like junk food. To understand the y-axis, we look at chrononutrition. Your metabolism is governed by your circadian rhythm, the internal 24-hour clock tied to the Earth's rotation. This graph maps your daylight metabolic state. In the morning, insulin sensitivity peaks, making your body highly efficient at processing carbohydrates. As daylight fades, the system flips. Melatonin spikes to induce sleep, metabolism slows, and glucose tolerance plummets. If you eat a heavy meal late at night, you force an insulin spike precisely when your body is trying to shut down. Because the body cannot manage that glucose efficiently at night, it is much more likely to be stored as fat. When you eat late, your levels of leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, drop, while ghrelin, the hunger hormone, rises. This shift primes your body to crave calorie-dense foods the following morning, making weight management harder. This biological timing is so critical that it dictates the routines of elite athletes who use nutrient timing to maximize recovery and performance. Instead of consuming protein all at once, athletes distribute it evenly every 3 to 4 hours. This specific cadence matches the body's cycle for maximizing muscle protein synthesis across the day. Food is not static fuel waiting in a tank. The metabolic impact of a meal is dictated by the biological time of day it enters your system. Endocrinology experts recently merged these two dimensions into a single, actionable framework, the Mediterranean Chronodiet. The philosophy is straightforward. You align the high-quality ingredients of the Mediterranean diet and the Harvard plate with your body's daylight metabolic peaks. This area chart maps out the first rule, front-loading. The vast majority of your daily calories and carbohydrates should be consumed in the first half of the day, when your insulin sensitivity is highest. The second rule is the dinner constraint. Evening meals are limited to light proteins and vegetables, and you must finish eating at least 3 to 4 hours before going to sleep. Finally, you implement an overnight reset. You maintain a 12 to 14-hour fasting window between dinner and breakfast. This sustained pause promotes metabolic flexibility and allows for cellular repair. Metabolic health is the result of balancing the quality on the plate with the biological timing of the clock. Aligning nutrient intake with the 24-hour cycle our bodies evolved to follow optimizes how we process every meal.